What's up, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of the Sitdown. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button and let me know what you think of the discussion in the comment section below. If you're new around here, you just haven't done it yet, or you're living under a rock and seeing this video for the first time, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button now so you never miss another Sitdown video. As always, we are presented by Barstool Sports, and today we have another very interesting organized crime discussion. And there are two things that gangsters love most: money and women. We don't talk much about the gumadas, the girlfriends, the wives of the individuals in the mafia history. Today, though, we're going to get an interesting perspective from one, not a mob wife, but maybe one that has an interest in them. We're going to get her to rate some and have some fun with one of the best people on the planet. It's Richelle Ryan, an award-winning, I might add, adult film star. You're killing it on OnlyFans. We see you everywhere. Richelle Ryan, from what I know about you, this is my question. Most gangsters are older. You've been known to like younger men.
I do.
Tell me more.
I do love younger men, but I am not opposed to dating an older guy.
Good, because a lot of the people we'll talk about are older. That question I have, though, is would you date someone, maybe they don't come out and say, hey, I'm a gangster, but you kind of know, right? Maybe they're from Brooklyn or Queens, and they kind of have that look, and maybe you read about them in the paper or something. Would you date somebody like that?
You know, I think when I was in my 20s, I probably would have, but I'm almost 38 years old, and I don't think that it would fit into my lifestyle dating a gangster. I know what everything involved with gangsters, and I just don't think that's something that would work well. They want multiple girlfriends. I don't want the FBI looking at me.
That's true. Good point. Very smart answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah, I'm
So
good.
you're
I have
killing it
enough
every.
eyes on me.
Say that again.
I have enough eyes on me, Jeffrey.
You do. That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, Now you're on OnlyFans, right? Everybody's on OnlyFans nowadays. Um, Tell us where we can find you. I'm going to put the link in the description. What can we find on OnlyFans? When we go to Richelle Ryan's OnlyFans, what are we going to get?
You know, I would like to say it's going to be a surprise and just join,
Yeah.
but it's where fans. I know you can find me everywhere on all the tube sites, on all your favorite adult film sites, but it's your chance to get to interact with me personally and see my personal life that not everybody gets to see. It's not something that I really show the world, just me in my home and what all goes on, and I shoot exclusive scenes just for my OnlyFans.
And I will say, because I know you, you're a
You
good.
did join it.
Yeah, I did. And I do know you. You're the best. You're a great
Oh,
person.
stop it.
Many will say, well, how am I going to be like Jeff Nadu and get to hang out with Richelle Ryan? Well, maybe one day you can. You got to join the OnlyFans, though, to find out. Click the description in the link below. Check out our Instagram, Twitter. Real quick, before we get into rating some of these people, let's say a gangster breaks through, right? And he does take you out. He takes you to a nice restaurant. I know dietary wise, women don't love to eat everything, but what's something you would eat with the gangster at dinner? What are you trying to eat?
He better take me to a nice steakhouse. And I know all of them here in Vegas.
Give us an idea. Which one? Where are we going?
Oh, he's probably going to want to go somewhere super private where not everyone is going to want to see him. Oh gosh, there's so many places. I'd probably take him to this place called Cleaver. It's a local spot. It's really quiet. It's dark. It's moody. And it's a great steakhouse. I'd probably suggest that place.
Final question. Now, this is an interesting one because we know life for you sometimes is all about being turned on, right?
Yes.
Let's say you're with a guy and he says to you, listen, Richelle, I'm feeling you a little bit, but I got to tell you something. The things you read about me, like killing people, I really do that. Does that turn you on or turn you off?
Oh God, no. I don't want to be with a man that's like killing people.
All right. So no hitmen.
No, that freaks me out. I do love a man that is all about the Second Amendment, has a gun,
Well, to protect you.
100%. But if you're out there getting crazy and whacking people and dumping them in Lake Mead, I mean, I just personally don't want to deal with that. I don't want the
Okay.
cops or anybody to.
Fair enough.
I think it's hot. I love gangsters. I actually wish the mob still ran Vegas because I think Vegas would be ran so much better than it is right now. When the mob was running it, Vegas was
It was
the shit.
great, right?
Yeah, it was
Sure.
amazing.
So I remember when I talked to you about this, the only gangster you named to me was John Gotti. You know John Gotti.
Of course. Actually, you know what though, Jeffrey? I used to have 2 cats, and their names were Meyer Lansky and Lucky Luciano.
You know a few. Okay, good.
I do know a few.
Now, some of the people you hear that you're going to see today, you do not know. So this will be interesting because there might be a hitman, there might be a demonic lunatic. We don't know. We'll see.
I know you picked the hardest ones for me. I have my
Well,
phone ready to Google them.
well, we're going to have some fun. All right, let's do this. So, Richelle, you're going to rate them 1 to 10. Okay. Looks, kind of and you don't have their personality, which is tough, but you know how to do it.
Okay,
Right.
so we're just going off just looks.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
And I'll give you a little background of them and you could tell me kind of how that feels. All right, first one. Now, this individual, I will say, very good with the women. In fact, at one point, dated Marilyn Monroe, very good with women. Sonny Franzese, very, very good looking. A guy that knows how to dress. You never see him in a tracksuit. He's always in a suit. Hitman for sure. Very high level.
I'm going 9 with him. He's a stud. And I remember him from the Marilyn Monroe biography. He was in there.
We know Marilyn was very into, the gangsters, mobsters. She messed with everybody. What are your thoughts on Marilyn Monroe, by the way? Do you think she gets a bad rap for being crazy before it was cool to be crazy?
No, I mean, I loved her because she was technically the first thick, curvy woman on the scene. She was 5'3", 150 pounds. I mean, and she was just, I mean, to me, that's my ideal woman. I loved her and I loved Ice-T's wife, Coco. I just thought they were just built perfect.
Both very voluptuous.
Yeah, beautiful women.
So a big fan of Sonny Franzese. Most women were.
Oh, yeah, he's a solid 9. Maybe
by the way, Richelle, interesting story about Sonny Franzese. In his 100s, this is a true story, he extorted strip clubs in New York City in his hundreds. Yes.
Badass.
Yes. Gangster to the end. Died at 103.
Yeah.
Next person. Now, this is a different kind of guy. We'll see what you think. Joey Massino.
Oh, God.
Known for his nickname Big Joey. We can tell you why. Joe Massino is one of the more powerful mob bosses in the history of New York City. He was the first boss to become a rat against his own family. Also known to get women. His wife was very attractive, even in her old age. Are you a fan? You like the slick back hair? Definitely looks like a gangster, doesn't he?
It definitely does look like a gangster. Slicked back hair. I love it. I feel like women that will go towards a mobster, they love him for their money. And I don't know. He just looks scary.
He looks scary, right? So not a fan, you're going to say.
No.
Weirdly enough, married his wife when he was very young, I think 18. So he didn't really experiment, but he had a woman his whole life. Not your type, though, I'm guessing. Kind of definitely has the scary look. Killed a lot of people personally. And
yeah, he looks like he's killed a lot of people.
All right. Another lunatic, Philly mobster Nicky Scarfo, Little Nicky. Probably one of the more violent mob bosses in the history of America. Very short as well. I believe he was 5'5" or so.
Oh, interesting. I do have a thing for tall men. I do joke that you have to be 6 foot to get on this ride.
Okay.
I feel like I heard about this guy. Wasn't he recently in the news? Maybe a couple years ago or something?
No, there's another guy who we're going to get into, also from Philadelphia, who was in the news, and we'll explain why. No, Little Nicky died a couple of years ago, but he is known to be very violent, major lunatic. It would kill you if he just didn't like you.
Oh, God. I hope his family doesn't come after me after seeing this YouTube.
Well, his son's in prison, so I don't think he'll get to you.
Okay. All right. Good.
1 to 10, where are we going? A little older.
I mean, I think he's a very good-looking man. The fact that he's a lunatic, I don't know. He's getting knocked down a few points. Maybe A 7? I don't know. He's from
All right.
Philly too, so
Yeah, you're not a big fan of Philly people, as we know.
no, as you
Uh,
know, when you brought me to the game, I was cheering for the Grizzlies.
yes, you didn't want to make it known that you liked Philly at all. You're a Giants girl in the
I'm a New York girl all the way. I can't root for a Philly team. It's not in my blood.
fair enough. I get a feeling you're going to enjoy the next one. John
Oh,
Gotti, the
love him.
Dapper Don, coiffed hair, dressed well, always looking the part. You like John Gotti? You mentioned me many times.
I mean, I love him. I loved how he dressed. Oh my gosh. Like something about a man in a suit is the ultimate turn on. And you really don't see that. That was something in that day. Like, I don't know. When was he a
80s,
huge?
90s.
Yeah, like 80s. They were rocking those suits and just, oh, I love it.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of women that I speak to about the mob always bring up John Gotti. So let's say John Gotti's still alive, right? You see him
He's
in New
the
York
most well
City.
known, though, I'd say.
Say that
As for when
again.
he had that TV show, the
Yep.
Gotti, Growing Up Gotti or whatever, I feel like he's the most well-known one. He's in there's so many rap songs about him, like
Yes, there are. So let's say you're in New York, you're out. John Gotti walks in. He has someone come over to your table. John would like to buy you a drink. You're gonna speak to him, hang out. You're gonna chat
of
a little bit.
course, you cannot say no to him.
Yes.
There's no way any woman could.
John was known to enjoy women in his day. Many believe he fathered a child out of wedlock with another woman. So yeah, I had a feeling you'd like John. You
Oh,
also
yeah.
mentioned Lucky Luciano. A lot of women found Lucky attractive. Weirdly enough, did have a droopy eye. He had a slash across his face. Really the father of modern organized crime. Took them
Yeah.
from gangs essentially to the mafia. A lot of women like Lucky. Never really married for any long period of time. Um,
Interesting.
liked Lucky. You like Lucky?
Oh, yeah, he's handsome. He's sharp. Like, I love his hair. He's got nice, like, sharp features on his face. I kinda like the slash. Shows a
Mhm.
little, like he's got a little bad boy, a little
Yeah, a
gangster
little
in him.
durable. He was a durable guy, physical. Was deported, so you'd have to worry about being deported with him if you
Oh,
really
yeah.
loved him.
No.
All right. So you mentioned a gangster that was in the news recently, and not to get him confused with Little Nicky, Skinny Joey. He's from Philadelphia, and he's our next person. Skinny Joey was,
Okay, that's who I saw.
yeah, he was recently in the news, and this is him a little younger. Skinny Joey was in the news after he took a photo with the former president of the United States, Donald Trump,
Uh,
and the people that don't like Trump took it and blew it out of proportion. But Joey is, according to many, not involved with the life anymore, but at one point was the boss of the mafia in Philadelphia. I'm sure women generally find him attractive. Good looking guy, the slick back
yeah.
hair, the tan skin. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I think he's a solid, good-looking guy. I normally like my men a little beefier. I love the big boys,
Okay.
but no, I love the slick back hair. He looks Italian. I love it.
Yes, definitely Skinny. That was his name, Skinny Joey.
Yeah,
So
not after I don't like the skinny guys.
that's something about Richelle you'd learn. She likes the more, football player types.
Yeah, love me some big boys.
So John Gotti had his top hitman was a guy, Joe Watts, who many would say, Richelle, is the greatest dresser in the history of the mafia. In fact, John Gotti didn't know how to dress before he met Joe Watts, many people say.
Interesting.
Joe Watts was not Italian, so he could never be made, but he was very powerful, very deadly, and very lethal, and was a big time get with the ladies. Also, actually, believe dated a adult film star at one point.
Really?
Yes.
Who?
A very old school woman. I forget her name. I'd have to get it. But he would actually marry a woman who down the road would actually be caught up in a scam where she was putting couples in line to have like swinging and that kind of thing. And it got busted in New York City. Yeah.
Interesting.
But Joe Watts, your thoughts? Kind of John Gotti, right? Looks like him a little bit.
A little bit. He's scary too. Like he just looks like a violent man. And I love violence, but not around me. Yeah,
Okay.
he looks scary. I mean, good looking guy. I don't think he's a better dresser than John Gotti. Um, I'm going solid 8.
Okay. Not too
Is that
bad.
fair?
That's pretty
I'm
fair.
scared these guys are gonna have their family members or someone see this
No,
and
no, no.
then come after me if I
Believe
get
me, if they don't come after me, they're not going to come after you. All right, couple more here. And the next guy, let me tell you something. I did this with another. She's a friend of mine. She's on OnlyFans. Not as high level as you, but she actually said the next guy was her favorite out of every one of these.
Okay.
Let me preface this. We'll see what
All
you
right.
think.
Let me see what you got.
Former Gambino associate,
Oh, yes.
John A. What? Really? You
Oh,
like
yeah.
him?
Oh, yeah. He'd get it. He's fine. I like
Really?
that silver fox.
Okay.
Is
Well,
it?
little background on him.
Is he still living? Let me Google him.
He absolutely is living. Trust me, if he sees this, he will reach out to you
Good. Give him
100%.
my number.
Little background on John Alet. John Alet is an Albanian like me.
Oh,
And
okay.
he is probably the most known cooperator in the history of the mafia as far as rats, maybe other than Sammy the Bull. He has a very notorious personality on YouTube. He has a show on YouTube, and he, is out there doing his thing.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely
He's
violent guy, but he's got a new life. And I tell you, if he sees this, he will reach out to you. So
good.
maybe we made a love connection.
Maybe
Right.
I will be dating a gangster.
Former gangster.
Former
All
gangster.
right. A few more. A lot of women liked this guy, Vincent Basciano. They called him Vinny Gorgeous due to he owned salons, a ton of
He's got
salons
nice
around here too.
hair.
Does have nice hair. This is him now. He's serving a life sentence in federal prison. But many women liked him. Tan, definitely looked the part.
That looks like where he went to Florida, like after he got out.
Well, he's actually in prison in that photo.
Really?
And, yes. He's never getting out. He's doing life.
Oh, it looks like he escaped to Florida for a brief period of time, and
I guess he just stays outside in the yard. But good-looking guy. He always had the good hair and was known in circles to move around. So
yeah.
I
mean, I like him younger. I like him younger with the dark hair. He's very good looking. Can't say that I would date him, but he's pretty good looking.
Little younger.
Older? No, he's too old for me.
All right, 3 more, and these are the interesting ones.
Okay.
The next guy, probably from what I understand, is whenever you talk about best looking gangsters, this guy's always towards the top. Died very young, was kind of an up and comer. Salvatore Testa, Salvi Testa, they called him.
Oh, he's got a little baby face.
But at the time of his death, he killed many people. Was very much, again, in Philadelphia, an up and comer. Would probably be the boss today if he hadn't been killed weirdly enough, he was killed by Nicky Scarfo because Nicky Scarfo was worried that he'd take over. But Salvi Testa was very popular with the women, moved around in a lot of circles and had that look.
I mean, he's cute. I love his baby face. He looks like a little 23, 24-year-old.
Which is something you like?
Yeah, right up my alley.
Right. He could have worked for you back then.
He could have. He's probably like a solid 7.
Very good. One more. We'll do one more.
How was he?
Now, you probably recognize this guy, right?
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot
Paulie Walnuts.
Yes.
From The Sopranos. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but it's since his passing, there's been a lot of reports on it. We've talked about it. At what point, Paulie Walnuts was actually a real gangster. He was connected to the Colombo crime family, a big thief. This was him in his younger years.
Oh my God. What is he wearing at the beach?
Pretty incredible photo of Tony Sirico back in, I think that's in the 50s sometime. A lot of women found him attractive, even in his older years.
I loved Paulie Walnuts on The Sopranos. I don't like his hair. I don't understand the dark with the silver fox vibes on the side. That's a little weird.
Like that.
But he's fine for an old age.
Even in his later years.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I get the feeling, Richelle, a lot of guys you found attractive here, but weirdly enough, probably your favorite.
Oh yeah, he'd get it. Oh yeah, he's fine.
That's going to be a good soundbite. I hate to tell. He will be very happy hearing that. So hit her up, John.
Call me.
Richelle, this was fun. Maybe we'll do it again sometime. We can understand that you're not a big fan of dating these people, but it's always fun to rate them nonetheless.
No, I'll go on a date with them. I'll go out to eat, but I don't want to get too close to them. I'm not trying to get whacked. I'm good right now. I have 2 little French bulldogs to take care of.
Don't worry, no one's gonna come after you. We promise. Check out Richelle Ryan on Twitter, Instagram. You can check that in the description. Check her out on OnlyFans. I'm telling you guys. I mean, look how beautiful Richelle is. You're gonna love it.
Oh, Jeffrey, you are just such a smooth talker.
But I'm not tall enough. I'm not 6 foot. I'm not 6 foot. Too bad. All right, Richelle, good to see you. By the way, nice kitchen, I have to say.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you. I designed it myself.
Great work. Good to see you. Check out Richelle in the description. Thanks for coming on, Richelle. Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I love you.
Thank you.